Hey, Wembong World Entertainment, and you may or may not have seen, yes, my mother passed away unfortunately, and I basically just want to make a couple of videos, pretty much just to keep my mind on something else other than that. So I thought a video that I was going to do before it all kicked off was, of course, the trailer reaction of Superman, which is now out. And yes, we will be taking a look at it. And again, thank you everyone that's a part of this channel and the community and all that stuff. It means an absolute world to me for you all to be here and to be checking out the videos and all that stuff. So with that said, let's actually jump into this trailer, because as you can see from the thumbnail, it is kind of just another kind of trailer. It's not blowing me away. It doesn't give me goosebumps or anything like that. There's elements of it I do like, but there's possibly a little slightly more that I don't like. But with that said, let's actually look at the trailer and then discuss it. So here is the official first full-length trailer for Superman, James Gunn's Superman. Here it is.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah,
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for
I don't
what
know if
some
it's a
might.
lot of
it's
fire,
it's
but-
a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny?
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will
anybody
cause more
except for me.
problems around the world.
And doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Your choices, your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it. It's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
You have a dog?
Alright, there you go. There's the trailer. I'm sure you've probably all seen it by now anyway. But the first thing that really does kind of stand out is Superman being quite defensive. Probably a bad choice to open the trailer with that. They should have opened it probably more with the conversation between him and Pa Kent. That would have been, I think, a better way to open it. Now, it's a better trailer than the teaser trailer, that's for sure. But it's just, the marketing for this has been an absolute disaster, and still is, to be honest with you. The one thing, like, the teaser trailer opened with Superman crashing into the ground and being practically half dead, and this one starts off with him basically being belittled and berated by his girlfriend. And it's kind of like, it's a weird choice to do that. Now, Nicholas Hoult is a good choice for Lex Luthor. He's a good actor. There does seem to be good moments with him in this trailer. There's a few moments, I don't know whether it's the color grading or whatever, where it makes him look a bit too young to be Lex Luthor, which is interesting. Where there's other elements where you see he looks more kind of an appropriate age. It's just, there's a couple of scenes in there where he looks slightly younger than he should, which it's really strange. The suit, I still absolutely hate this suit. I hate the lines in it, the design, I hate that S. The collar. Yeah, the suit's not winning me over. Everyone has been pointing out the American flag in the trailer, which is kind of like, where they ever actually going to show that? Now, the thing as well about that opening shot, the interview between Lois and Superman, is the fact that Chris Gore has come out and said, you may or may not know this, that scene actually lasts for 10 minutes. And this is like this whole kind of political messaging part of the things, like crossing borders and wars and all that stuff. The scene actually takes 10 minutes and it's a dialogue heavy scene. That is not what you want in a movie like this. But we also kind of look at the things that they seem to have worked on a bit. One of the things, now I've seen articles kind of saying, oh, you are really grasping at straws with this one, but it was a proper and legitimate argument. Was Superman blinking when the can hits him in the head? Because we all said that's someone's natural reaction to blink when that happens. And the fact that Superman, you know, the guy who's bulletproof, wouldn't blink, they clearly heard that and went back and edited that and makes it now where he doesn't blink when it hits him in the head. That is a small detail that, again, people are going, oh, you are kind of grasping at straws. But that's the type of detail that, especially from a fan point of view, is appreciated, that you listened and you fixed that. Now, the other stuff that they seem to have worked a bit more on, and maybe it actually looks a bit worse, from my point of view, is the kaiju. That thing looks a lot brighter, a bit smoother and a bit more digital than I think it did in the teaser trailer. Crypto, he's starting to get on my nerves actually, and not because I don't like the dog or anything or even the character. It's the fact that he has been front and center for all of the promotion, basically because he's a James Gunn insert, because the whole design, everything is based off James Gunn's dog. We also know that this dog is Supergirl's dog in this. But the one thing the trailer does really confirm to all of us, and it's something we've all been complaining about, is how bloated this movie actually looks. And unfortunately, that does seem to be the case, that this does seem to be a very bloated movie. Like, we seem to be going from Metropolis to parallel universes with characters as well as Lex Luthor and Superman and Lois Lane. We do have Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, bunch of kaijus. There's even toy leaks that show that there's meant to be a Yeti monster in this movie somewhere. So all of this stuff, the engineer, whose effects look horrible, by the way, the hands turning into the saw blades, that didn't look right. Overall, it's not a terrible trailer, but it's also not a blowing me away trailer. It really is very much like the original trailer, the teaser, that it's just meh. I really don't know. So yeah, the reactions don't seem to be hugely positive on it. They don't seem to be hugely negative. They just seem to be there, really, and that's not a good sign. We'll see what happens when the movie drops, but there is the official trailer. So with that, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers for being here, and I'll catch you in the next one.